Hi, Dr. Lim here. Today we continue the story of Pasku. This is actually not a motivation story, but this is about the dark story of Pasku. I seldom tell this story, but it may not do well for the good reputation of Pasku. But over the years, I saw many DXN leaders committing the same mistake again and again. Maybe I should tell this story as an educational message for those leaders. What they should do when suddenly a lot of money comes into their life and turns them crazy. By right, when a lot of money comes into your life, it should be a happy incident, right? It depends on how you handle the money. If not, you end up unexpectedly having trouble in life. So today the story is how money can make you crazy. You're not prepared for it. Come back to Pasku. In the beginning, he was still serving in the government, doing odd jobs, getting about 250 ringgit per month. That time, one USD could trade for 2.5 ringgit. So about $100 a day. This is not enough for the expenses of the family, so his wife roasted some coffee and he tried to sell it. Eventually failed and the van was taken by the bank. In the first month joining DXN, his bonus is 37 ringgit. His wife made a lot of noise because he started to make telephone calls to ask people to join DXN. The telephone bill was more than 100 ringgit. A pure loss in the first month. So when he discussed his difficult situation to me, I console him, I asked him to try harder. I told him 37 ringgit was better than his pay rise every year. Indeed, even at a raw salary of 250 ringgit, he did not enjoy any pay rise and it has reached the maximum of his pay scale. The next month, he got about 120 ringgit enough to pay the telephone bill. Then gradually increased until about 2 years' time, he got 16,000 ringgit, about 6,400 USD per month. 25 years ago, that was huge earning in Malaysia and you could lead a good life. We were happy and proud of Pasku. And in many meetings, we tee him up and praise him as DXN hero. He also enjoyed giving speeches and being welcomed by many DXN members. By right, this should be happy story and happy ending. But true life did not work that way. In the early day, we put in the accumulated sales in the bonus statement so you know how much was the sales from the first day until today. Sales of DXN expanded widely. In 1993, our sales were about 20,000 ringgit per month. Then in 1994, we reached 200,000 ringgit per month. Then in 1995, we reached 2 million ringgit. The sale expanded 10 times a year. After 1995, we continued to expand non-stop until today. In 1995, the bonus of Pasku reaches 16,000 ringgit per month. Then something happened. I heard he married the second wife and then the third wife in quick succession. During the old day, the Muslim in Malaysia could marry 4 wives. Some people even told me he married the second and the third wife in the same day. I was never interested in the personal life of members and never asked him about that. So I did not know whether this story was true or not, but the market started to rumor about that. One night, he was calling me, texting me over the telephone. I asked him where he was now. He said he was in the hotel. I asked whether he was out of station. He said no, he was in our staff. It sounds funny to me. He has 3 wives, and why should he stay in the hotel? They told me the wives quarreled with him and among themselves, and all 3 of them chased him out of the 3 houses. And he ended up staying in the hotel. So for those who think that getting 2 wives or 3 wives can make you happy, listen to this carefully before you jump into trouble. After that, due to family problem, Pasku started to lose focus in business. I started to smell problem in him, but this was his personal problem, his personal life, and I should not interfere. Then one day he met and said he would like to resign from DXN. This is a shocking news, beyond belief, no. I asked him why. He brought out his bonus statement and pointed to me. He had generated a few million shares. One competitor company offered him 15% of company share, a Mercedes-Benz, and 6% overriding on the market shares. He told me, unless I offer the same to him, if not, he will resign and join other company. I was down for that. No? I couldn't believe my ear. First, in DXN, the shareholder and the staff are not allowed to involve in the market. If not, the company's shareholder and the staff will compete and become a competitor to the members and destroy the trust in the market. So offering a share to a member is totally out of the question. Next is the Mercedes-Benz. I asked Pasku, what type of cars was the owner of the company driving? Pasku said it was Toyota. Then I asked Pasku, if he could only own Toyota, how could he give you a Mercedes-Benz? Pasku said, as long as he agreed to give me the car, why should I worry? Then Pasku pointed to his shares in the bonus statement now. If he got 6% overriding, by now he was a millionaire already. I told Pasku, no, you must be crazy, you know. Even as an owner of DXN, I do not have 6% to my personal enjoyment and expenses now. The company is making about 10% and has to save the money for the new factory, open up new branches, and all expenses for the facility. Where got 6% to pay him? And I told him no company could survive by giving him 6% overriding on the shares. Pasku refused to listen to me. I tried desperately, to convince him to stay in DXN, but he insisted unless his demand was satisfied. If not, he would leave DXN. Suddenly, I realized after months of teeing him up, many competitors started to headhunt him and offer heaven and earth to him. My negotiation with him failed and he left DXN. His liver sends shockwave in the market, and rumors started to circulate that DXN going bankrupt and collapse soon. But be fair to Pasku, this rumor was not spread by him, but by the competitor company that headhunted him. Before Pasku left DXN, I advised him not to speak badly about the company. If not, there's no way he could come back to DXN. We have a strict rule that if any member was terminated or resigned due to joining a competitor company, we shall not reinstate him back unless he joins as a fresh member and starts anew. The competitor took this opportunity, and spread rumors that they were the supplier of DXN. Now they stopped the supply and DXN was at the edge of collapse. They welcome the DXN member to join them and offer a lot of status. If you are SA, then they offer you Ruby. If you are Ruby, then you become Diamond, and etc. and etc. So for the first time, I was facing such a immoral competition, Then we studied the competitor closely. We found that they do not have a farm and a factory, just some trading company, which is talking very big. So DXN launched a counter-attack and openly asked, where is the farm and factory were? If the company can offer you a position, then they can offer your downline the position too. And how are you going to get good income? Everybody would flock to the company to ask for a position, and very few would focus on the effort on the market. Those working hard to own a position will feel cheated, and many idiots sitting at home also getting good position. So why should they work hard for that? So a company like this will surely collapse. After about 4 months' time, Pasku come back to see me and asking me to reinstate him back in DXN. The company, after saw him terminated by DXN, suddenly demanded a few million shares before they could let him claim the 6% and only pay the down payment of the car unless he generate the multi-million shares. He has to pay the installment. Suddenly, Pasku lost all the bonus and income in the company. When member knew that he wanted to come back to DXN, they strongly, protest against it. and asked me not to take him back. I said his leaving has created such a negative impact in the company and in the market. I told Pasku, DXN would not take him back. He came back many times to me, finally tears in his eyes and begged me, I was in great dilemma. If I accepted him back, then there would be no discipline in the market. Any leader may simply leave and join a competitor company. After that, things turn sour, then come back again. They can destroy the company. On top of that, many DXN members make it clear they would not accept him back. In less than a year, the competitor company collapsed and went bankrupt under the competition from DXN. This was the irony part. They keep on predicting DXN would collapse and bankrupt, yet eventually they are the one who fail and bankrupt. Pasku was in big trouble, totally lacking any income. He begged me and always tears in his hand, in his eyes. Eventually, I accepted him back. As emotionally, I'm attached to him because Pasku was the first active member who brought up DXN. I set a condition that he has to lie low and keep quiet so that no member would attack him. Pasku was the only DXN member that we registered back. After that, whoever left DXN or terminated, we never registered them back unless they joined as a fresh member. By now, you must have realized why I never mentioned the name of Pasku and never tee him up in public. It was due to this unhappy incident. Pasku was not the only case where DXN member, after got good bonuses, then they were lured and cheated by the competitor, jumped the ship and end up with big failure. We have one member in Indonesia making about $6,000 a month like Pasku. When a competitor offered him a luxurious car, jumping fee, and guaranteed income, overriding the market shares, and even offer shares in the company, he also came to see and to bid goodbye. I told him the story of Pasku. Yet he refused to accept my advice. Eventually, the competitor company also went bankrupt, and he was in bad shape. We never received him back, and he attacked DXN after he left. Pasku at least never attacked DXN. Later, we had similar experiences in Philippines, India, Mexico, and various parts of the world. Many of them were easily conned by the sweet words and the rosy promises by the competitors. I remember well in one speech by our Crown Ambassador, Budiman Salim, for those who simply jump ship, their future will be the past. They simply face a black situation in future, fail, and live back by their past. We welcome competition in a healthy way because it can sharpen and enhance our services and competitiveness. But we condemn those competitors who use dirty techniques to spread false rumors and make empty promises to our leaders. Nowadays, we give a lot of training to leaders, want their income become better. In DXN, the main problem is not having enough money. The problem is money comes too fast and make you wild. So you should prepare yourself while building your career in DXN. When money comes too fast, you should not be spoiled by it and turn crazy. This is all the story for Pasku. After joining DXN back, he kept a very low profile and led a satisfactory but quiet life. DXN was always in his heart. Sometimes some leader did go to visit him, and every time when he talked about DXN, tears always came out from his eyes. He passed away peacefully sometime this year. We will accept him as a legend in DXN and always remember him. So may he rest in peace besides the Lord. So see you in the next video. Bye bye.